Hello, Memorial football fans. I'm Charles Strayer, and welcome into Sideline Snapshot for Week 7. We're going to go over the recap of the homecoming game, and we are also going to go into the game against Wisconsin Rapids, which will be happening this Friday at Wisconsin Rapids. So let's get started. Unfortunately, the Abes did take another hard loss at home against the Mustangs. But I do want to focus on that first quarter to start things off because if you recall, we said that the biggest contributing factor to the loss against crosstown rival Eau Claire North was certainly that disastrous first quarter in which we dug ourselves into a 3-score deep hole and could not climb out of that in the remaining 3 quarters. With Menomonie, that was not the case. It seemed like things were getting there. We were down 2 scores. However, Aaron Gunlock connected with Bryce Hedtke for a sensational touchdown, completely surprised the Menomonie defense, and let's take a look at that real quick and just get into how that affected the game.
2nd and 12. Gunlock drops back, looking downfield, wide open, Bryce Hedtke, he's got it, past midfield, and he's on his way, one man to beat, the 20, the 10, all the way home, touchdown Old Abes! Bryce Hedtke, no one near him, and the senior is in the end zone.
So as you can see, that was an amazing play, just completely taking the Menomonie secondary by surprise. Hedtke with nobody even near him, Gunlock with a nice pass, and then Hedtke taking it all the way into the end zone. That was followed up by a successful 2-point attempt and a successful onside recovery. And just like that, we went from being down 2 scores to being within striking distance of the lead, potentially. And that really speaks to when that tempo works, it works. That was in the span of a couple seconds of game clock, and we turned a 2-score deficit into, we got the crowd on their feet, momentum was going our way, and we had an opportunity to take back that lead after it seemed like things were just going to go downhill. Now, obviously, we were unable to carry that momentum into the rest of the game, and I think if you're looking for anywhere to attribute that blame to, you're going to have to go to the Menomonie secondary. They did a fantastic job with extremely close coverage on Clark and Hedtke and all of our downfield threats, which it made that touchdown all the more special because for basically the entire rest of the game, they were stuck to us like glue. Gunlock only completing 5 of 19 for under 100 yards, and that really hurt our game because we had, Simmons, he was running for 5.4 a pop, but unfortunately we couldn't get that downfield threat going. Gunlock incurring a lot of pressure additionally. So we were seeing that the Menomonie defense, particularly that secondary, was hindering what makes our team so successful. Obviously, missing threats like Taden Ferguson, Brody Neff, and Benjamin Strayer are all factors to consider in the Menomonie's secondary's success. Looking ahead, the Abes are embarking on their final road game of this regular season, taking on Wisconsin Rapids this Friday. And I think the name of the game here, especially where offense is concerned, is sustainability. Now, that quick tempo, we saw the benefits of that in that first quarter against Menomonie. Obviously, we've seen, glimmers of hope there. However, there's definitely a dark side to that fast tempo, and that is if you're going 3 and out, if you're having short drives, you can't sustain those, you're going to be putting your defense on the field for a considerable amount of time. And obviously, if your defense is out on the field for too long, that spells disaster. So sustainability, keeping drives alive for longer, making, deep treks into the red zone, giving ourselves chances to stay in it, fundamental stuff. So how do we get that done? I think Shamar Simmons, we want to focus on him here for a second. He's obviously been doing excellent in the backfield. Several games in triple digits for yardage, 5.4 yards a carry last week, over 5 yards a carry the week before. He's doing excellent, but he can't be a solo act any longer. I think if we're going to have those sustained drives, if we're going to keep their defense on the field more, we're going to need somebody who can, come in for Simmons, get a couple yards, give him a breather, and then keep him fresh going for those drives. It seems to me like our solution there is Zach Johnson. I think the guy's doing a pretty good job here. Young talent, definitely up and coming. He's been getting in here and there in the backfield. I think this is the week where we need to take that next step and have him coming in, relieving Simmons a little bit, and again, sustaining those drives. We saw it, and we've seen it basically every week. We're seeing 2-3 running backs who are all having their way with us, essentially. Hoff, Butler, Higbee, those 3 guys were definitely all giving us trouble. If we can activate that second threat ourselves, if you can't beat them, join them, right? And I think where our opponent is concerned, something to look at is they're pretty miscue prone, especially compared to some teams we've played in the past. Rapids has had 5 fumbles on the season, and their opponents have not forced a single one of them. One of those fumbles did go for a touchdown. Now, Rapids is definitely a team that I think we can go on the road and we can beat them, and we can beat them pretty bad. This team is definitely ready for that win. We saw some good stuff in that first quarter. It's just we got buried under an avalanche, and that Menomonie team, that's what they do best. They are an extremely good program, so hats off to them. So now I think it's our turn to assert our dominance and finally, get that missing link, finally put it together and play a solid 4 quarters of football. We've been seeing this we had a good start against Hudson. We had, a good 3 quarters against North. If we can just get together a cohesive game, we play all 48 minutes, we are giving our guys some time to rest on defense and, getting Simmons some rest in the backfield, we can sustain and we can win. So come on down to Rapids if you're not planning to already. We'll be down there on the sideline doing our thing. So watch out for us there. We'll have some stuff coming to you in the event of an Abes victory. And as always, go Abes.
Hi everybody, I'm Aidan Rickert, Eagle Eyes, Other Guy. If you're interested in more MHS sports content, be sure to check out our TikTok, Instagram, and check out some of the other videos on our YouTube channel. And while you're at it, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more. Go Abes!